Chapter 6. The next morning, Fogg, Mrs. Aouda, Passepartout and Fix leave on a small ship, the Henrietta, going to France. Later, Fogg gives the sailors money, and they agree to go to Liverpool, not to France. The sailors lock the captain in his room. The Henrietta is in the middle of the Atlantic, and there's no coal. "Burn all the wood on the ship," says Fogg. The ship arrives in Queenstown, in the south of Ireland, and there's no more wood on it. "Let's get off here," says Fogg to Mrs. Aouda, Passepartout and Fix. Fix doesn't arrest Fogg in Queenstown. He's waiting for them to arrive in England. They get on a train and travel to Dublin. There, they get a fast ship to Liverpool. In Liverpool, Fix arrests Fogg at last and takes him to prison. In prison, Fogg looks at his diary. At 2 o'clock, he looks at his watch. There's time to go to London on a fast train and to be at my club by 8:45 this evening, he thinks. At 3:30, Fix arrives with Mrs. Aouda and Passepartout. "I'm sorry, Mr. Fogg," says Fix. "The gentleman thief, James Strand, is in prison. You're free to go." Angrily, Fogg punches Fix in the face. Then Fogg, Mrs. Aouda and Passepartout run to Liverpool station. They get a fast train to London. The train arrives at 10 minutes to 9. Fogg is 5 minutes late for his meeting with Stuart. Fogg doesn't want to get to his club late, so he goes home with Mrs. Aouda and Passepartout. Around the world in 80 days and 5 minutes. He's the loser. He has only £20,000 in the bank, and he must give it all to Stuart. "I'm sorry for bringing you here, to a poor man's home," he says to Mrs. Aouda the next morning. "Will you marry me?" asks Mrs. Aouda. "Yes," says Fogg. That afternoon, Fogg tells Passepartout, "I want to marry Mrs. Aouda tomorrow, the 23rd of December. Can you speak to the people at Marylebone Church about it?" Soon, Passepartout returns. "Today's the 21st of December. When you travel east around the world, you get an extra day. You aren't late for your meeting at the club after all. But you must run." At 8:45, Fogg enters his club. "I win," he says to Stuart. "Where's my £20,000? Next Monday, Fogg, the world traveller, marries Mrs. Aouda. He's a very happy man.